You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, let's talk about the Cleveland Browns. Because as if all the things involving Deshaun Watson wasn't enough drama, I'll give Kevin Stefanski some credit. He's done a hell of a job. He has. I mean, he said some things during the whole fiasco involving Deshaun Watson that smelled like bullshittery. But, I mean, what NFL coach doesn't go before a podium and lie his ass off? All of them do. I mean, on a weekly basis, on a continuous basis. I mean, the only time that there's more lying is right before the draft. And then you're into some serious lying. It's lying season then. But Kevin Stefanski's had to deal with Deshaun Watson. He's had to deal with the worst owner in all of the NFL? I mean, let's be real. Jimmy Haslam looks like a monster of a terrible owner. Anytime you give a quarterback with all those misconduct charges, $230 million fully guaranteed, you're desperate. You're desperate, and you're not very good as an NFL owner. Well, Kevin Stefanski's got something new on his plate. Besides Dorian Thompson-Robinson having a concussion, Joe Flacco may end up playing. That may not be such a bad thing. Look around, Browns fans. Look at this team. Great defense. Good running game. Couple of weapons out there to throw to. A veteran quarterback, 38 years old. Super Bowl winning quarterback. Super Bowl MVP. Are we about to see the second coming of Joe Flacco? Who knows? I talked about that the other day. That seems kind of odd. That this is just the way it's lined out. Just the way it's worked out. Right? Gets cold. Let's run the ball. He only needs to complete, 15, 18 passes. Couple of 100 yards. Anyway, you get the point. So, as if dealing with the worst owner in the NFL, maybe this side of David Tepper, and David Tepper's trying to give Jimmy Haslam a run for his money right now. Kevin Stefanski now has on his plate a bona fide scandal involving the Cleveland Browns owner. Oh, man. I mean, just when you thought things were starting to stabilize a little bit in Cleveland, this is Berkshire Hathaway. Okay, this is the outfit, the financial outfit that Warren Buffett is involved with Geico and all these companies, owns a massive piece of Pilot, all right? Which is, of course, the gas stations that are all around the country that Jimmy Haslam owns a big piece of. Well, Berkshire Hathaway claims Jimmy Haslam tried to bribe Pilot executives to inflate company profits. That's where you're at, guys. That's where you're at, Cleveland Browns fans. Your owner has got a serious problem, and the person that's going to give him the problem is Warren Buffett. This is Florio. Browns owner Jimmy Haslam has a Warren Buffett problem. And I got to be honest with you, this feels like it could get criminal. It's just, I've got this gut, weird, strange feeling. Via the AP, Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway has accused Haslam of attempting to bribe multiple executives of Pilot, the truck stop chain founded by Haslam's father. Berkshire's Hathaway contends that Haslam wanted the executives to inflate the company's profits. Oh, crap. Oh, my God. The fight traces to a sale of Pilot by the Haslam family to Berkshire Hathaway. The specific claim is that the Haslams wanted to boost the value of the company in order to increase the price paid for the final 20% of the company that was sold to Berkshire Hathaway earlier this year. The allegation appears in a counterclaim filed by Berkshire Hathaway in response to a lawsuit alleging that the company changed Pilot's accounting practices to decrease the value of the remaining 20%. Berkshire Hathaway claims it only became aware of the alleged effort to bribe executives earlier this month. Berkshire Hathaway specifically contends that Jimmy Haslam, quote, offered to personally pay bonuses to executives that would far exceed their annual salaries based on the price the family is received for the remaining stake. Oh, crap. Haslam allegedly made the offer to roughly 15 employees at a dinner in March. God, this guy's an idiot. You made that kind of offer in front of 15 different witnesses, not even including spouses, girlfriends, boyfriends, husbands, the secretary. All these people in a room at some kind of hotshot dinner. You made this offer. Uh-oh. And he allegedly repeated the offer to at least 4 other high-level executives. It's not the first time allegations of financial irregularities have been made in connection with Pilot. An out-of-the-blue raid on April 15, 2013, I remember this, resulted in years of litigation and prosecution regarding a scam in which the company shorted customers on rebates and discounts. Pilot ultimately paid $92 million in fines. Haslam never faced criminal charges. Haslam also faced no scrutiny from the league under the personal conduct policy. Now, I do believe it exists now, and I might be wrong. I might be wrong as I adjust my screens back over here, but I might be wrong, but I think the personal conduct policy now can bring in executives or owners. I'm not quite sure how that works. It's going to be based on Roger Goodell and the other owners deciding whether or not to try to take action on a Cleveland Browns owner, on an NFL owner. Considering this is not necessarily going to involve the league or the team as of yet, then I'm going to guess that they wouldn't go there unless, and the reason this has become a big deal, it's become a big deal because of things like Deshaun Watson, as my cat jumps into this video. It's become a big deal because of Deshaun Watson, okay? Hey, Bear. Because of being able to punish players, all right? And there's been some scrutiny on the league as to why owners can just basically get in trouble all over the place, a.k.a. Jim Irsay, whatever. Hey, the owners should be held to the same standards as the players, yada, yada, yada. I don't know the rulings on that. I wouldn't think, as long as this remained a non-criminal matter, that that's going to matter anyway, okay? But it could, and it's certainly something that people involved with the Cleveland Browns, their general manager, their coach, maybe even some players, they're going to get asked about. You know, I don't necessarily think it, again, unless something happened involving the Browns and they find some underhandedness there, he's not going to be forced to sell over this or anything like that, I wouldn't think. But boy, it looks bad for an owner that's already considered one of the top 5 worst in all of sports. I mean, a total clown. Look, a total clown. To go out there and offer everything they offered to Deshaun Watson. I mean, essentially, look, when Jimmy Haslam was showing up at NFL owners' meetings, guys, they didn't want nothing to do with him because of the Deshaun Watson contract. Now, you add a little layer of He tried to bribe some executives to inflate prices for the rest of the sale on the company. Oh man, what a clown this guy is. This guy is again, Stefanski, he's worked a miracle this year. Again, he did some lying and some stuff like that involving Deshaun Watson and that injury, and he made that situation in the media worse because he would go out there, he'd initially say, like right after that one game, he said, Watson's playing against the Seahawks. As soon as the game was over and he had benched Watson during that game, right after the game, he said he's playing against the Seahawks. Later in the week, he was benched. And then everything around the injury. So that looked bad on Stefanski, but just from a pure X's and O's game plan and football standpoint, Stefanski's done one hell of a job this year. He really has. 7-4, very much in the playoffs. Very much right there to get into the playoffs. I think he's done a good job. Unfortunately for Browns fans, you got a total wacko as an owner. Truly. I feel bad for you. It's a great fan base. It really is. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.